Going live. You're live. Hello and welcome back to Let's Get Real.
Let's get real.
Exactly.
Let's get real right now.
And today we're going to discuss phase one because Christian, we've qualified.
Yes, here we are in Navarra, living phase one.
We're living life.
Confinement. Yes. Okay then.
And we've combined it with the topic modal verbs of permission and modal verbs of ability. So what are we allowed to do? What are we permitted to do? What can we do? What can't we do?
Yeah.
And what does the government let us do, basically?
Okay, so this webinar, it's about permission, basically. It's about, as Mark said, with modal verbs, what we can do, can't do, what we're able to do, maybe what we could do in the last, in phase zero.
Or those people who are still stuck in phase zero.
Yes, like Madrid. Madrid is still in phase zero. Yeah. But, so basically, this webinar is about phase zero. We're going to try to chat about it, speak about it. But what we need to do, and what we're going to try to do, is use those modal verbs and also other verbs like to be allowed, adjectives, to be allowed, to be permitted, and also to let. Now, obviously, that's a little bit more informal, but we're going to chat about that as well. We're going to look at these few different things. It's about permission, basically. And obviously, we're in confinement. We're in phase one. What are we allowed to do? What are we permitted to do? What can we not do? What could we not do in the last phase and things like that?
Yeah.
So that's the idea.
And the first thing that always confuses students is we have can as an ability. For example, I can run the 100 meters in 20 seconds. And can as I've got permission to do something.
Yes.
So how do I know the difference when somebody's talking about can is permission and ability?
Yeah, okay. So basically, obviously ability is something that you as a person are able to do. Like, is it within your capabilities? Can you write poetry? Can you run quickly? Are you able to speak a different language, for example, which is a good one for now?
Yeah.
Obviously, these abilities, it's the ability of people to be able to do something.
Yeah, exactly. But then, for example, when I'm listening to somebody, I can go to a party or I can go to a bar.
Yeah.
How do I know when they have permission to do something from, let's say, phase 0 to 1, and when they have the ability because they've got free time or whatever reason they might have?
Okay. So you have to remember that permission depends quite often on another person or work, or in this case, for example, the government, the situation. So can we do things or can we not do things? And they depend on rules or laws or other people basically saying to us, you can do this or you cannot do this. And I think that's the key, isn't it?
So you've got recorded speech now. For example, my parents said, I can go to the party.
Yeah.
Or Sanchez said, I can meet my friends now.
Yes.
Which is obviously phase 1.
Yeah.
So quickly walk us through this. What are we allowed to do now? Since Monday, since yesterday.
Right, yes. So, this is the truth. The biggest thing, the best news that we can do now is that we can go to a bar and have a drink with our friends. Right, so basically, we can do that because the government have said that we are permitted.
Yeah. They had the bulletin, as they call it here in Spain.
Yeah.
So we now can go to a bar, meet 10 friends.
Yes.
Which we couldn't do on Sunday.
Correct. Last week we were still in phase 0.
Yep.
And last week we couldn't go to a bar or a terrace to meet our friends. So this is a big difference as well.
Yep.
Things that we can do now that we couldn't do before in phase 0. So basically now what we can do is we can go to a bar and we can meet our friends, up to 10 friends. Well, 9 friends. 10 people. You can meet 9 friends, so we can be sort of 10 people. And that's something that we can do in phase 1 that we couldn't do in phase 0. So that's a big thing.
There are obviously limits.
Yes.
So we have to stay out of the car.
Yeah, you have to be on the terrace.
Yeah.
You can't go inside. Anything else?
Terrace has to be 50% occupancy.
Yes, 50% capacity of the terrace, the bar terrace. That's quite a big one.
What about in your living room? So 10 friends come over to your house.
Yes.
Sorry, 9 plus you.
Mm-hmm.
How do you organise that?
Well, the government say that we are allowed to have up to a maximum of 10 people in our houses.
Yeah.
So that's amazing. It's amazing. It's also ridiculous. And
Why is it ridiculous? It depends how big your living room is, because we still have to keep the 2 meter. This is, by the way, 2 meter. I've got enormously long arms.
The camera angle here makes this look as though there is not 2 meters, but there is 2 meters.
Yeah. I mean,
this is 2 meters.
Anybody's ever been fishing, when you say a fish is this big, it's like 3.5 meters at least.
This is 2 meters. Massive.
So you have to keep social distancing even in your house, is it not?
Apparently, you're not allowed to be within 2 meters of people. Actually, this is a good point for us to describe other ways of talking about permission. We've spoken about modal verbs, which are can or can't, be able, not be able, and then could or couldn't. But another way, or another 3 words, that's 4, sorry, 3, is to use adjectives, to be allowed, to be permitted, and then to let. Now, to let, it's when a person gives you permission to do something. Okay, so at the moment, what we can say is that the government let us meet friends in a bar, in a terrace. Okay, they let us, and that's just a way of describing permission. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And also we have allowed and permitted. So basically, at the moment in phase 1, we are permitted to visit family within the same
region.
Within the same region.
But
so if you have family, if you live in Pamplona and you have family in Tudela, can you visit family in Tudela?
I think so.
We think so.
No, don't focus on this. We think so.
We think that you are allowed to visit family. And
by the way, if your in-laws are 70 plus, are you allowed to meet them?
Are we permitted?
Give us a comment, by the way, because
ask us a question about phase 1 and see if we know about it.
Or if you know the answer, tell us, because I don't know.
Yeah, it's very confusing.
For example, are we allowed? We obviously don't live together. Are we allowed to be in the same car at the moment?
Yes.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Says who?
Yes. Now I've read this one. At the moment, you are allowed to drive your car and have 1 passenger. The passenger must sit in the back.
Unless it's your family, then you can have all the seats occupied.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if the person doesn't live with you, I'm not sure if they're permitted to be in the same car as you.
Okay, that's difficult to...
As I read it, which is, I think I read it Marca, or I'm not really sure, doesn't matter. If you have a valid excuse or reason why you should be in the same car,
yes,
you have to be as far apart as possible,
yes,
wear a mask, and you have to have a good reason. So imagine I'd had too many beers, Christian could take me home.
Okay.
Because
I can drive you home.
Potentially, yes, if I'm intoxicated.
Okay.
If I'm not intoxicated, I have to walk.
Okay, that could be quite possible. Better to walk. So something that we couldn't do in phase 0 that we can do in phase 1 is, I believe, is that we are allowed to be with 1 passenger in the car.
Or your family.
Or the family.
Yeah.
Now another big one, this is quite a big one. A lot of people in Spain, they have a second house or a second residency. In phase 0, we were not permitted to visit that second residency. However, in phase 1, we are now able to visit our second residency. If it's in the same region.
Yeah, that's for sure.
If it's in the same region, you are allowed to visit the second residency. So that for a lot of people in Navarra, in Spain even, is quite a big one because a lot of people have second houses.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Not me.
I have a tent. Does that count? If I put my tent in Urbasa,
No,
can I go to Urbasa?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
What we can do is, if you book a hotel, you are allowed to go to another area of your province.
Okay.
So I think again.
Okay.
So imagine I want to go to, I don't know, Murchante. I would have to book a hotel there.
Why? Why would you go to Murchante?
People are wonderful.
Oh, okay. So, how many people are going to book a hotel in these next few days for pleasure?
According to Calvo Nacho, Nacho Calvo, sorry, who is president, not many.
Yeah.
Even though we're allowed to now book a hotel,
Yeah.
he said not many people within Navarra would book a hotel in Navarra.
Yes. However, if you do book a hotel in a different city, or like imagine Turin or whatever, or in a different part of Madrid or whatever, what are the rules there actually? That's a good question. If you book a hotel, you can follow the guidelines of them. So basically, you can go out and you can exercise between 6 and 10.
Yeah.
And you can also exercise between 8 o'clock in the evening and 11 o'clock at night.
Which reminds me, one thing we can do now is go outside as a family. So until last week, there was 3 kids, 1 adult, 1 kilometer, 1 hour.
All right.
Now it's still 1 hour, 1 kilometer, but you can go as a whole family. So if you've got 6 kids, you can go out with all 6 of them and your wife.
Okay, that's also a big one. So now
But you have to stay within the municipality.
Right. Okay, we are able to go out to walk, or to walk in a family. So if you are 2 parents with 3 children or 4, you can all go out together. Whereas in phase 0, that didn't happen. We were not allowed to do that. We could only go with 1 adult and the children. And I think the maximum was 3 kids.
3 children, yeah. So if you had 4, you had to leave one of them. Well, the least favourite would leave at home.
Yes, leave the one that always cries at home.
No, he's got a white hairstyle.
Anything else? What about
I would like to visit the mountains of Navarra. So we live in a wonderful province.
Yes.
Really beautiful. Las Bardenas. Are we allowed to go there?
Are we allowed to visit, like a person who lives in Pamplona? Can we visit? Are we allowed to visit Las Bardenas?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think you have to stay within the same
Municipality. Yeah.
But what about second residency?
If you have a house in Las Bardenas, which you shouldn't have because it's a natural park,
Yeah.
you're allowed to go there.
Okay.
But for example, I want to visit you, a friend, and you live in a different municipality. You live
Not
in
allowed.
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Okay.
Why not?
That's probably more. Well, I don't know. That's probably more.
Right.
That makes it more
Can
easy
we-
to understand.
Can we both meet in Pamplona? Or you have to meet
Where
your friends.
you live.
So you have to meet 10 friends in Situ.
I don't know.
If you have the answers to these questions,
Yeah. Tell
let us know
Yeah.
what we can and can't
Yeah.
do. I'm confused.
Yeah.
It might be my Spanish, but I really have read the bulletin.
Yeah. This is
And I'm
incredibly
still-
confusing.
I've got no idea. So I'm still stuck in phase 0
Yes.
because I don't know if I'm going to get a fine.
Yeah. What we also know is that businesses that are less than 400 meters squared, so businesses that are smaller than 400 meters, they can now open.
Yeah. I think so.
With very strict regulation, where people keep 2 meters distance. Apparently, the mask is recommended,
But
not obligatory.
obligatory, yeah.
Recommended, and those places have to disinfect at least twice a day.
Yeah.
in the areas. Now, another interesting thing about disinfecting is that a bar that has a terrace that is 50% capacity has to disinfect at least 6 times per day.
All right.
Using the spray, using the cleaning products and things like that.
Do
6 times a day.
But do the waiters have to wear a mask?
I believe so, yes.
All right, obligatory.
I think so, yes.
That's good.
Other things?
I
Anything
know
else?
we still can't have classes in the academy.
Yes, that's correct.
What else? You still should, although I don't know if it's a rule, but you shouldn't visit your parents if they're over 70 or grandparents or something like that.
Okay.
Because that would just be stupid.
So people that are older people, 70 or
Yeah.
70 plus,
Don't visit them.
don't visit them.
Ah.
Just to keep them safe.
Wash your hands, obviously.
Yeah,
Don't touch your face, which I've done like 6 times in this video.
Yeah.
But don't touch it.
we must wash our hands. We've got to wash our hands. But I don't think there's anything else at the moment. I'm confused about phase 1, I have to say.
Please let us know what we can and can't do before we get fined.
Yes, and other than that, I don't think there's much else to say about phase 1. This is Tuesday, so Friday, which will be 13th, 14th, 15th, May the 15th, we're going to speak about
Places we love to visit in Spain. Now, the logic of this is, we think we can't travel this year outside of Spain.
Yeah.
So places you would recommend we visit in Spain.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about a couple of them that we like ourselves.
Yeah.
So for example, I love Asturias.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about verbs like, I like going, or I like to go, and the difference between those.
Okay,
And that's Friday.
different ways to express how you love or like things.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so that will be the webinar on Friday.
See you then.
I hope that this webinar has been useful. It's basically been about modal verbs of permission and things that you can or can't do or could do in the past. And also, if it's a third party like a government or a law or the police, it's things that you are allowed or not allowed to do, permitted or not permitted to do, or also things that the government let you do or things that the government do not let you do. So try to use these when you speak English, when you're speaking about permission.
And if you give us any tips on what we can and can't do, more than welcome.
Yes.
Thanks for tuning in,
With
and I
pleasure.
hope to see you Friday.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you soon. Hey.